American Equipment Manufacturing is a local business based in Farmington that specializes in the manufacturing of oil field equipment. Our extensive production facility allows us to provide high-quality products that meet the industry standards and industry knowledge.
ACES is a leader in the provision of control systems integration, migration, and design services to industries that include oil and gas, water, wastewater, irrigation, mining, as well as manufacturing and other private, local, and federal entities, with a senior staff
Gonzalez over at second. Number 6, Tyler Ray. Playing third, number 2, Jay Sarcheletta. At shortstops, number 17, Kel Watson. In left field, number 4, Jaden Brooks. In center field, it's going to be number 3, Christian Holmes. And in right field is number 7, Corey Douglas. And you've got Hayden Eaton DHing for Caden Anderson. So we apologize, folks. It took us a little bit of time to get the volume up and running, but we are set to go, I believe. So it's game time for us. And for the Panthers, as we mentioned, Courtney, Aragon, and Hernandez all coming up to bat for the Panthers. And Mason Courtney, thus far in the Piedra Vista invite, he's 3 for 5 in this tournament. He's got 3 runs scored and an RBI, so he's having a big time tournament for Piedra Vista. So here we go. It's going to be Mason Courtney coming up to bat for the Panthers. And we are set to go. Anderson steps in from the left-hand side of the mound.
All right. Sorry.
Oop.
Oh, my bad.
No, it's all right. And facing Mason Courtney. Here's the pitch from the left-hander. Swung on and fouled off for an 0-1 count.
All right. I guess I missed the whole first half of the inning. But, folks, I apologize. Our main guy, Corey, is not here tonight running production, and it's on me. And I had one button unclicked. I think we got it figured out now. But, hey, if you're out there and you want to send a shout-out, I've already got a couple. I got we'll get to those in just a second. That one's fouled off to make the count 0-2. But we got Terry Ross's Let's Go Tigers, and then said, we can't hear you. Yes, we finally got that up and running. And I got a text in from Cade's grandma, I think. Let me see. Yeah, Cade's grandpa, checking in. So finally we get to hear from Cade's grandpa.
Yeah, we needed to hear from him. It's not a baseball game without him and Mama Parks tuning in. So here we go. Here's the pitch from Anderson. It's high and out of the reach of Brody Sagata, the catcher. So it takes the count to 1-2. Yeah, Stephen, I was talking about how Aztec went 3 up, 3 down. It was a 3-1 ground ball, out number 1, a strikeout, and then an F2 to the catcher. So here we are with Mason Courtney, the leadoff hitter for the Piedra Vista Panthers. Here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled off, and it's a big-time battle right now between Anderson and Courtney. Little windy tonight, and I guess it would not be a Piedra Vista Invitational if it wasn't windy.
I'm a little bummed out. You guys didn't get to hear us talking when we came on camera.
Right.
We finally got that figured out tonight and got our logo behind us and everything. That was pretty cool. But we'll do it again. That one's going to be high for ball 2 to Mason Courtney, the leadoff hitter here for the Piedra Vista Panthers. And, man, I'll tell you what, PV right now, and, you know, we had Turtle in here last night, and he said best 1 and 2 in the state. You got Mason and Cade hitting first, and, man, they seem to get on base. No matter how they do it, they seem to get on base.
Well, that's a secret sauce for Piedra Vista. They got to find a way to get Courtney Mason on the field. Tough ball to handle at shortstop, but it's still going to be an E6. And that'll put Courtney over at first base, and that'll bring up the 2-spot hitter, the catcher, number 10, Cade Aragon, up to the plate. And Aragon in this Piedra Vista Invitational, he is 1 for 6 thus far. He's got a run scored, so Aragon ready to get set up because he's facing a tough pitcher, in Caden Anderson. That was a tough one-hopper to handle at shortstop for Watson, but just went off the side of his glove. There's a swing and a foul. That stays in fair territory. See if Gonzalez or Brody gets there. It's Gonzalez for the F3 out number 1. Great concentration.
And that first one, was that an E?
E6.
E6, okay, I apologize.
Now batting number 4, Alejandro.
So that's a first pitch swing by Aragon. He's going to F3 to the first baseman. That'll bring up the 3-spot hitter. It's the first baseman, number 4, Alejandro Hernandez.
Well, I guess we lost our lefty cam.
Well, we'll see if it'll
see
die
if we can
in.
get that back up and running.
Here comes Anderson, set with the pitch. Comes home in the dirt. Sagata keeps it in front of him. He had to go out and get that pitch, and that'll move Courtney over to second base. 1-0 count now to Alejandro Hernandez for the Piedra Vista Panthers. We're in the bottom of the first inning. It was a 1-2-3, 3 up, 3 down inning for Aztec, and Anderson looking to try to get the same magic worked here. It's a nice pitch outside, not a bad spot. Ball 2.
Well, our boy Adrian Hack is out there watching. He said, sorry I couldn't make it tonight, but have a good stream. Thanks, Adrian. Glad you're out there. He was helping let me know that the sound wasn't working so we could get that back up and running. Good to hear from you, brother.
Line drive right back into the outfield, center field. And Anderson's going to have to duck out of the way of that one, Stephen, as that is a base hit with an RBI out in center field for Alejandro Hernandez. And Piedra Vista gets the first run across the plate.
All right, so here we go. We've got Kyle Murphy coming up to the plate, and this kid, he's another one that comes up with some big hits right when you need them. So here comes Anderson, looking to see if he can't get out number 2. Get to the end of this inning. That one's going to be a high fly ball, and it will be F4 for out number 2, as that will keep Hernandez over there on first. And bring up number 2, JW Bayless.
JW Bayless thus far in this invitational, he is hot at the plate. He's 4 for 6 with a home run. And he's got 2 runs scored and 3 RBIs, having a fantastic showing. He's got 2 outs. A runner at first base, Anderson with the fastball up high and outside for ball 1.
Hey, folks, just so you know, we're a little short on crew tonight. I'm running cameras and stuff, so I'm going to apologize ahead of time. If I don't get something switched in time, it's my fault. But I'm trying to keep up with all of that.
Don't even worry about it. I don't think it's going to bother anybody, brother. 2 balls, no strikes. And that'll be a stolen base from Hernandez, who will stand up at second base. I think people will show some grace on that. I promise you that.
Everyone.
I think you're more worried about it than they are. They know what kind
Albert
of job
knows
you
my OCD.
I do, for sure. You can ease your mind. Promise you that. Anderson comes set with 2 balls, no strike count to JW Bayless. There's a fastball there in the corner for strike 1. Nice spot.
Yeah, it was a great spot by Anderson. You know, and he's staying calm up there. You know, they've got a run up on the board, but Anderson, you know, just staying focused. He hits his spots well.
Yeah.
He gets those pitches in there right where they need to be. So working from the stretch, the lefty against the lefty. Here comes the pitch. Catches that outside corner. We continue to talk about that. These umpires love that outside corner.
Well, and it gets the game moving a lot faster, too. You know, and I think it helps the pitchers, especially on the high school level, because once you get into college, that strike zone shrinks up considerably. Oh, that went off the side of the glove of Sagata, and that'll move Hernandez over to third base, and that'll take us to a full count to JW Bayless. You've got room to put Bayless over at first base if you choose to, but Anderson, I'm pretty sure he's going to go right at him, as he's got a full count, and we'll probably see his out pitch, maybe in the realm of off speed. There's a big swing and a miss. Curveball, strikeout, out number 3, and that'll end the inning for the Piedra Vista Panthers.
American Equipment Manufacturing is a local business based in Farmington that specializes in the manufacturing of oil field equipment. Our extensive production facility allows us to provide high-quality products that meet the industry standards and industry knowledge.
ACES is a leader in the provision of control systems integration, migration, and design services to industries that include oil and gas, water, wastewater, irrigation, mining, as well as manufacturing and other private, local, and federal entities. With a senior staff
It's a 1-0 lead for the Piedra Vista Panthers heading in to the top of the second inning. And they lead this game 1-0 over the Aztec Tigers. It's going to be 4, 5, and 6 coming up to bat for the Aztec Tigers. Number 3, Christian Holmes. Number 20, Uriah Gonzalez. And number 7, Corey Douglas, all coming to the plate.
Well, Cade's grandpa checked in again. He might not have heard it because our sound might have been down, but he said he will see us next week. So sounds like he's coming to town to watch some baseball live. But we are so thankful that you're getting to watch the game, and thank you for checking in.
That's right. You've got Reynolds on the mound for the Panthers, who went 1, 2, and 3 in the top of the first inning. He's going to face the heart of the heart of the lineup for the Aztec Tigers. As Christian Holmes, the center fielder, makes his way up to the plate. That's number 3 for the Aztec Tigers. And we're set to go. Coming set is Reynolds, working out of the stretch, and he'll throw an off-speed pitch for a swing and a miss for strike 1. 0-1 the count. Top of the second inning. Panthers taking on the Aztec Tigers. Number 2 ranked Piedra Vista Panthers taking on the number 6 ranked Aztec Tigers in 4A, that is. And that's ball 1.
So 1-1 the count as we get started here in the top of the second inning. Your score 1-0. The Panthers leading. There comes the pitch. That one's going to be in there for strike 2. So Reynolds ahead in the count. Going to see if he can find that out pitch. Holmes hits a high fly ball, and it'll be F5 for out number 1. As that will bring up number 20, Uriah Gonzalez.
Yeah, Gonzalez, he's had a couple of great games as of late for himself. We didn't get to watch their games earlier in the week on Thursday or Friday, but last week for the Aztec tournament, he was our co-MVP player of the tournament for Aztec. He is on a tear right now at the plate, and he's going to check swing on a curveball from Reynolds for strike 1.
Yeah, Uriah Gonzalez, I mean, he came up with some pretty big hits last week as well.
And some good plays in the infield for his pitcher defensively. There's a ground ball hit to the shortstop, fielded out front. Here's the throw from Barton, beautifully done. 6-3, ground ball out, number 2.
All right, that's going to bring up number 7, Corey Douglas, the right fielder. Let me see if my lefty cam came back. There it is. Came back, Albert. All right, there's Corey Douglas stepping up to the plate for the Aztec Tigers with 2 outs, no runners on. Reynolds bringing the pitch. It's going to be low and outside for ball 1.
The Aztec looking to get anybody on base, try to get something going, some type of rally. Douglas facing Reynolds, and Reynolds has just been cruising right here. There's a fastball in the inner half of the plate for strike 1. 1-1 the count on Douglas.
Douglas, a great wrestler for the Aztec Tigers. Now here on the baseball team, that's going to be outside for ball 1. Won a state championship, team state championship, and an individual state championship this year as a wrestler.
That's right. 2-1 the count on Douglas with 2 outs. He'd be probably one of the better 3-sport athletes in the state of New Mexico. He just doesn't play football anymore. He used to play football, but he is a high-level athlete, is Corey Douglas, no doubt about it.
Very talented athlete. All right, Reynolds looking for that out pitch. Here it comes, going to be outside. That's going to take it to a full count. So 3-2 the count, 2 outs here in the top of the second inning. Corey Douglas looking to see if he can't get the Tigers going with a hit here, and he will hit that out into left field.
Base hit. He thought he was going to switch it, or pardon me, he thought about taking off to second base, but it was just hit just short enough to the left fielder to run out there and grab a hold of the ball and bring it in, because Corey can fly on the base path, no doubt about it.
Yep, so Corey Douglas gets it done. Nice hit out into left field for a base hit. See if they can rally a little bit here. As number 27, Hayden Eaton. Whoops.
Yep. he's going to take off to second base as that ball was missed by the first baseman for Piedra Vista and Alejandro Hernandez. It was a decent throw, but I just don't know if he just got crossed up, didn't see the throw coming over, Steven, but it went right off the side of his glove, and Corey took off to second. So now Aztecs in business. They got a runner in scoring position, and they got Hayden Eaton, the designated hitter, coming up to the plate. It's a big moment for Eaton. He can tie it up here with the base hit. There's 2 outs for the Tigers. Long look at the runner at second from Reynolds. There's a shot to center field. Courtney right there to haul it in for the F8 out number 3, and that'll end the threat for the Aztec Tigers.
All right, with no runs on 1 hit, 1 runner left on base, and no PB errors. That's going to do it for the top of the second, where your score is 1-0, the PV Panthers leading, and we will be right back.
Looking for quality fencing? Hornet Fence has you covered. Residential, commercial, and industrial fence, gate, and gate operator sales and service. We do it all, where we carry the largest inventory of fencing supplies in the Four Corners area. Hornet Fence, helping you secure the nest.
We believe that every child deserves the best start in life, and we're committed to providing a safe, nurturing, and fun environment where your little ones can grow, learn, and thrive. Join the Kitty Camp family today, where smiles, learning, and love are always in abundance.
That's when they notice. All right, we're back here. We want to say great job to Stephen Parks. He's a little stressed out over here, so send out the love to him over the messenger and YouTube folks, because he's losing his mind over here.
I want to say if it wasn't for Corey making this job as easy as he's made it with the equipment we have, I'd probably be a lot more stressed out. So Corey's not here tonight, but thank you for Albert gets to run the scoreboard. I'm getting to run the cameras, and we are appreciative for that. And Albert tells me if I wouldn't say anything, probably nobody would notice. I'm sorry, Kristen. It's my OCD. You know how I am.
It's 6, 7, and 8 coming up for the Panthers. Barton, Clugston, and Griego all coming up to bat for the Panthers. And Elias Barton thus far in the Piedra Vista invite. He is 3 for 4 in this tournament. He is on fire for the Panthers. He's got 4 RBIs in this tournament as well. That's going to be high and outside for ball 1.
Yeah, our Desert Sports Live player of the game on Thursday. Was it Thursday evening? Yeah, because JW was the player of the game last night.
It was, correct. Yep, he was Thursday night Desert Sports Live player of the game. Oh, that is a strike.
Well, I mean, typically what he likes to do is go down 0-2 in the count to make it exciting.
Oh, we got a text from one of our favorite people here. Give me just a minute, and I'll read that to you all. There's a fastball in the dirt.
We got a
for
shout
ball
out
2
here too as well from says let's go Kale and JW from Austin. That's
all right.
I think did we determine that's sister or let us know.
I was guessing
it's a
it was her sister.
It's a Bayless.
So Cade Anderson with a 2-1 count. Caden hanging in here. He is throwing his game. He's only given up 1 run, but he's been pitching really well. That's a high fastball inside for ball 3. We got a shout out from our dear friend Mandy Sagata. Go Brody and go Tigers. Shout out to the Aztec athletic trainer Justin Sagata, not able to be there watching Brody's younger brother Cash playing baseball in Albuquerque. And Mandy Sagata, a huge fan and a close friend of ours. I mean, pretty much family to us. And their youngest son, Cash, is going to be quite the star when he gets up to the high school level as well, and Barton's going to draw a walk. He'll head on down to first base.
Yeah, and Mandy, I just want you to know that we knew you weren't here because we couldn't hear you, but now we know you're here.
Okay, Mandy, I had nothing to do with those comments. That's Steven.
That was from Randy.
That's Steven and Randy only. I have nothing to do with that. We're set to go. It's going to be Cody Clugston coming to the plate. He is the second baseman. And Clugston is 1 for 6 into this Piedra Vista invite. But, man, every time he gets on base, he finds a way to score. As I'm looking at his numbers, he's got 4 runs scored in this tournament. So he finds a way to get on, Steven, and he makes things happen.
Just a solid player for this PV Panther team.
He's facing the tough Caden Anderson, the left-handed pitcher for the Tigers. That's beautifully placed on the inner half inside of the plate to Clugston for strike one. And that's what I love about Anderson when he's on there. He is not, I'd say him and JW are so much alike. They are aggressive on the inner half of the plate. They are not afraid to go inside, and Anderson has shown that time after time when we've seen him pitch. There's a swing and a foul ball out of the field to play down first base side. So 1-2 the count now. Throwing a fastball in the outer half of the plate. Clugston fighting it off.
Brody trying to communicate something over there to the dugout.
I'm not sure if his earpiece went down or if they're trying to, going through manual signals. How spoiled are our players these days, Stephen, where you got to wear an earpiece now and coach can just tell you what pitch to throw. Back in the day, we had to have a whole system put together. There's a curveball, and that ball absolutely slipped out of his hand or his plant foot. Stephen, you and Randy and Corey were bringing this up the other day about these pitchers have struggling with that plant foot, saying there might be a big hole out there on the mound.
Yeah, I think Corey was the one that noticed that. I think it was the Durango pitcher. He kept falling off the mound every time he stepped in that. Here comes the pitch, and it'll be fouled off back into the net. As Cody Clugston takes a hack, that'll make the count. Or keep the count, I should say, at 2-2. Runner on first, no outs. We are in the bottom of the second inning.
All right, so we got it, Stephen. Bayless that's texting in is his older brother. So.
Man, he said, we couldn't hear you either. Okay, I'll take that one. I'll take that one.
There's a curveball. It curved right into the corner of the plate, and actually, where it landed was a strike all day long, I can tell you that right now. But we're way up here, and the umpire's down there. It looked like a great spot as it snuck into the strike zone, but it's full count now.
Here comes the pitch. Oh, that's going to be way outside. So Cody Clugston will make his way down to first, as that will put a runner on first and second. Now with a runner in scoring position. Next up, number 21, Amasi Griego. This will be his first action of the weekend.
You're right.
So we'll get to see him. He's a fantastic football player for this this PV Panther team, or the PV Panther team, and I think he plays receiver, running back, quarterback. I think he did it all for the football team, but just a fantastic athlete coming up to the plate now, and we'll get to see him for the first time.
Well, Coach Colter Favorino, the head coach of the Aztec Tigers, comes out to have a conversation with Caden Anderson. I guarantee he's just going out there to have the talk, is just saying, hey, settle down. You've had both hitters up against the rails with 2 strikes, and you let them go. Just take a deep breath and pitch your game. And he's going to take as much time as he can. He's going to make the umpire walk out there, and every coach will do that as well. So got to love that. But here we go. Coach Favorino is done with his visit, and he's headed back to the dugout. And here we set with Amasi Griego, who we've seen him play for a number of years, Stephen. You mentioned this. This is really the Piedra Vista Panther. These seniors are really the last kids that we followed going here. And we got our good buddy Ben Olguin tuning in and checking in, boys. Go Tigers, he says.
I wish he could have been here. He said he wanted to be here. He had some other stuff going on. He wanted to come hang out with us.
Wanting to be here and being here are two different things. And I felt that Ben should have been here. How about that?
That's what I feel too.
We miss Mr. B.O. over here, Ben Olguin, not being around us for a while. And there's a strike one. And that's what you want to see out of your pitcher. Your coach comes out there, has a visit with you, come right back in, throw a strike. That's exactly what you're supposed to do. Here's Anderson, looks at the runner at second. Here's the pitch. Swung on, that's going to probably score a run. It's easily going to score runs. That's going to roll all the way to the wall in the gap. And there comes the second score for the Piedra Vista Panthers, and that is a stand-up triple with 2 RBIs for Griego.
Man, great hit by Amasi Griego to put 2 more runs on the board for his team, as he ends up on third base, and that'll bring up Zach Schwesper. See if he can't put another one up on the board for the Panthers with a base hit or even a sac fly, because they have no outs. So with no outs and a runner on third, we got Zach Schwesper up at the plate.
Schwesper is 1 for 5 in the invite thus far. He's got an RBI and a run scored. So he's facing the tough Anderson. That's just a great piece of hitting from Griego. That pitch was actually down low and lower in the lower half of the zone, and he hit it beautifully. Now Schwesper trying to get another RBI for this tournament for himself. Holy smokes, he almost got hit high and inside, was able to duck and get out of the way. It's going to be ball 2 to Schwesper. He'll step back into the plate from the right-hand side. Anderson comes set.
Comes the pitch. Oh, and he's going to go after that one. Good stop by the third baseman, but is not going to be able to get, almost gets it over there. Oh, as that's going to score a run, as Amasi Griego will come across the bait. That's home plate. That's going to be E5 as Schwesper finds his way onto first base.
No out still.
Yep, and we're back to the top of the lineup as Mason Courtney steps into the box.
Well, that was a hot shot. That's why they call it the hot corner over there at third base, because Schwesper hit a rocket over to Jace Archuleta. And Archuleta, honestly, Steven, he did everything he could with that pitch. I mean, that was a hard, sharp ground ball, and you've got just a split second to react to it as that ball is a pass ball.
Well, I mean, that could have easily ended up Schwesper over on third if he doesn't make that stop. So he did a good job of getting in front of the ball just like you're supposed to, but it was just drilled at him. He knocks it down and prevents any further damage.
Oh, does he get the double play on the line drive? And he does. Beautiful play by Tyler Ray as he had a hard line drive hit. He jumped up in the air, caught it, and then ran to second base for the unassisted double play and 2 outs, just like that for the Tigers. And Steven, when you're a pitcher and you're up against the rails a little bit, that is a huge help for your defense to come through for you like that.
Absolutely. That was a great play by Mr. Ray. As that's great awareness too, field awareness, knowing where the runner is at and getting over there to get that double play.
Yeah, but that's going to bring up Cade Aragon to the plate. He is 0 for 1 in this game. Flew out to the first baseman in foul territory. He's getting another opportunity. He's got 1 strike on him with 2 outs, and here's the pitch from Anderson. Fastball inside for ball 1. Folks, if you see that Zelle code on the very top left corner, we put that up there because we are officially a nonprofit organization. If you'd like to become a part of our Desert Sports Live sponsorship family, as that swung on and fouled off for a 1-ball, 2-strike count to Aragon, you can scan that code up top and you can donate any money to us, right? You can write it off, any amount. It all helps us, and really what it comes down to is it just helps us pay our production people and the people that are here to help us do this, so Steven doesn't have to do 5 different jobs, and I'm doing 2 different jobs, 3 really. Here's a ground ball to Watson. Tough play to make. He tried to slide. He tried to field it by sliding, and he stopped the ball, didn't go into the outfield, because really where that ball would have kind of went out there, Steven, that would have been probably close to a stand-up double for Aragon, but it's a base hit.
All right. Now up is going to be number 4, Alejandro Hernandez will be stepping up to the plate for the Panthers. Glad that camera came back on so you get to see Hernandez. We didn't get to see him the first time.
Well, there we go, Coach standing in the way. So
yeah, brought in a pinch runner over at first. I didn't see who it was.
That is going to be the Hernandez brother and Alexis Hernandez, who slid in safe. So he'll be standing over in scoring position at second base now with 2 outs, and it's an 0-1 count as that was strike 1 to Alejandro Hernandez, his brother. But going back to my thought, if you'd like to join our Desert Sports Live sponsorship family, scan that code. You can transfer money over to Zelle. Help us out. We're trying to get around to all these local teams around this area, and we just love for you to be a part of the family. We've had a number of people in this tournament become part of our family, and the Schwesper family, the Kerry Watson family came in. We had a family from Durango.
Yes.
Yesterday.
We got to meet her today.
Got to meet her today as well. So, yeah, if you'd like to be a part of that, let us know, and can scan that as that ball's fouled off.
Here in just a minute, our net between this inning, you're going to see our commercial that shows all of our current individual sponsors, and it's pretty fun for us to get to see that happen.
Takes off to third, swung on. That's in the gap in left center, but it looks like the center fielder will mosey on over there and haul it in. He does. That was Christian Holmes, and that'll be F8 out number 3, and that'll end the inning.
All right, and we had, 3 runs on 2 hits and 1 runner left on base and 1 Aztec error. So after 2 complete innings, your score is 4-0. We will be right back.
Thank you to the amazing people for being part of the Desert Sports Live family. By scanning our QR code and helping make it possible for us to bring high school sports coverage to the Four Corners community. If you would like to join this incredible group and help support DSL, simply scan the Zelle QR code on the screen or search using the number 505-320-2979. Thank you for being part of the Desert Sports family. Thank you to the amazing people for being part of the Desert Sports Live family. By scanning our QR code and helping make it possible for us to bring high school sports coverage to the Four Corners community. If you would like to join this incredible group and help support DSL, simply scan the Zelle QR code on the screen or search using the number 505-320-2979. Thank you for being part of the Desert Sports family.
All right.
Yeah, go ahead.
We're back, and it's going to be the Aztec Tigers coming up in the top of the 3rd inning. It's going to be 8-9-1. Brody Sagata, Jaden Brooks, and Jace Archuleta all coming up to bat. And my lovely wife texts in, says, all right, loving the camera views. And Steven, we all have OCD for sure. I'm going to tell you, no, that is not true. You and my wife absolutely have OCD.
She can appreciate my comment.
I'm a perfect angel, you know. And so my wife checking in. And, of course, you heard from Mandy Sagata earlier. We haven't heard from anybody from Piedra Vista, so love to hear from somebody there. And we've got Brody Sagata, who's been really hot at the plate lately. He went 2 for 2 in yesterday's game. He had, I think, a stand-up double, possibly a triple. I can't remember what they told me that was. There's a shot out into left field. He's going to get right underneath it as that was hauled in by Amasi Griego for the F7, out number 1.
All right, that is going to be, or bring up, number 4, Jaden Brooks.
We got a text coming in from Raptor, New Mexico. Steven is the best. Well, I got to believe you paid him to say that, so I'm going to run with that.
I don't know who that is, but I'm sure I will find out.
Steven handing out the green to get good comments rolling.
That's right.
In, huh?
I'll take it.
I like how you operate. It's a 0-1 count. Swung on and missed. Huge curveball as Jaden Brooks, the left fielder, is getting his first at-bat in this game, and he's down 0-2 to Tony Reynolds. And Reynolds, Steven, he went 3 up, 3 down in the first inning. He's seen 4 batters in the second inning, and he just struck out another batter there, so he's seen 2 batters in this inning, and he's got 2 outs that fast.
Yep, and that's going to bring up the leadoff hitter for the Tigers, number 2, Jace Archuleta.
Archuleta playing third base. He's had a pretty good couple of games himself as well. Oh, that ball thrown way behind him.
Got away from him.
No doubt that ball had a slip out of his hands. It's a 1-0 count to the leadoff hitter, and Jace Archuleta in the senior. He digs in Reynolds. The thing I love about Reynolds is he works fast, Steven. He takes no time. And you know I like that because that forces batters to get really uncomfortable when you work that fast, and that forces them to call the only timeout you get at the at-bat. And now he gets back on there, and he knows, okay, he just called a timeout, so I'm moving too quick. I like how Reynolds does that. You do not allow them to sit down and get some time to think about it. There's a fly ball out to the right fielder, and Zach Zwesper, he hauls it in for the F9, out number 3. And Tony, Reynolds keeps cruising along. It was 3 up, 3 down. There were no runs on no hits. There were no errors from Piedra Vista and no runners left on base. After 2.5 innings of play, your score, Piedra Vista 4, Aztec 0.
American Equipment Manufacturing is a local business based in Farmington that specializes in the manufacturing of oil field equipment. Our extensive production facility allows us to provide high-quality products that meet the industry standards and industry knowledge.
ACES is a leader in the provision of control systems integration, migration, and design services to industries that include oil and gas, water, wastewater, irrigation, mining, as well as manufacturing and other private, local, and federal entities. With a senior staff
All right, we are back, folks, as we will have 2, 3, and 4 coming up. I'm sorry, I'm on the wrong page. We will have 3, 4, and 5 coming up. Alejandro Hernandez coming up to the plate for the Panthers.
4, 5, and 6.
Oh,
It'll
sorry.
be Kyle Murphy, Bayless, and Barton. That's all right, man. I got your back, brother.
Oh, yep, you're right. I marked it on the wrong spot.
And I'll tell you, folks, one thing that Randy agreed with me is it smells amazing in
Yes,
here
it
because all you
does.
can smell is pizza. Not hot dogs tonight, but pizza. So Anderson still on the mound for the Aztec Tigers. Anderson has 1 strikeout. Hasn't given up a whole lot of hits, though. He's only given up 3 hits in this game. He's down by 4 are the Aztec Tigers, so he's still doing a great job. There's only 1 error. No, pardon me, there's 2 errors by the Tigers, but we're going to see what happens here. Is Kyle Murphy coming up to bat in the cleanup spot. He's the third baseman, and this young man is having an excellent Piedra Vista invite for himself and his team, offensively and defensively. He's been playing fantastic third base for the Panthers, the number 2 ranked Panthers. There's a big shot out into center field, but coming on in for the catch, that is going to be Christian Holmes for the F8 out number 1.
Nice contact by Murphy, but it just got up in the air, and easy F8 for the Aztec Tigers. That's going to bring up number 2, JW Bayless. He will step up to the plate for the Panthers.
Bayless 0 for 1 in this game thus far, struck out in the bottom of the first inning. And fastball in the dirt for ball 1. Boy, Anderson really reached back and let that rip. So 1-0 the count. On JW Bayless coming in from the left-hand side of the box. He's facing the left-handed pitcher in Caden Anderson. And Anderson comes set. He works quick, too. Here's the pitch. Fastball outside for ball 2.
Yep, 2-0 your count, 1 out. Here in the bottom of the 3rd inning, Caden Anderson still on the mound for the Tigers.
Yep, you're right. I'm glad you said that. I realized I just hit the wrong.
I'm helping you on the scoreboard, huh? I keep forgetting to put it up, but that one is outside for ball 3. So 3-0 the count now to JW Bayless, who is the designated hitter tonight. He was our Desert Sports Live player of the game, had that walk-off home run, just came up to bat, and that was that. So nope, we're going to step out for a second. We'll see if we can't get that fixed. I don't know what's going on with our top of whatever inning. I'll have to check into that and see what's going on.
There's a ball 4, and that'll send J.W. Bayless down to first base. That'll bring up Elias Barton for the Piedra Vista Panthers, who walked his first at bat in the bottom of the 2nd inning. He scored a run.
Is none of it working?
Well, everything else is working. It's just the inning got stuck.
So, apologize, folks. We don't know why that's happening. We might have to reset that. Here comes the pitch. That's a nice hit. Cale Watson scoops it up. Oh, and Ray couldn't turn the double play, but it will be the 6-4 out number 2.
Yeah, you called it. Tyler Ray just could not get the baseball out of his glove. Then he couldn't grip it tight enough, and that's why he wasn't able to return the double play, because it was set up for a double play, no doubt about it.
And we have number 5. I'm sorry, number 5, Cody Cluxton coming up to the plate. Whoops. 6-4.
There's a fastball in there for strike one, as it looked like Barton was going to take off to second base. 0-1 the count with 2 outs. For the Piedra Vista Panthers, Anderson working on the mound, trying to get out of this inning and get his team up to bat here shortly. That was swung on and fouled off. Takes the count to 0-2.
All right, Cody Cluxton, like you said, he always seems to find a way to score or to get on base when he comes up to the plate. Here comes the pitch from Anderson, and that's going to be hit out into center field, and that will be F8, out number 3, as it was a nice catch.
Sure was. Christian Holmes on the catch for the Piedra Vista Panthers. There were no runs on no hits. There were no Aztec errors and 1 runner left on base. After 3 complete innings of play, your score, the Piedra Vista Panthers 4, the Aztec Tigers 0.
American Equipment Manufacturing is a local business based in Farmington that specializes in the manufacturing of oil field equipment. Our extensive production facility allows us to provide high-quality products that meet the industry standards and industry knowledge.
ACES is a leader in the provision of control systems integration, migration, and design services to industries that include oil and gas, water, wastewater, irrigation, mining, as well as manufacturing and other private, local, and federal entities, with a senior staff.
Well, welcome back. It's a 4-0 lead for the Piedra Vista Panthers, and both of these pitchers, I know that Aztec's down 4-0, but Anderson's really been cruising in this game thus far. Steven, he hasn't given up but 3 hits in the game, and they're down 4-0. His offense struggling a little bit to get going, but that's because Tony Reynolds has thrown a fantastic game today for the Piedra Vista Panthers. He's not overpowering Aztec with his fastball, but he's got a fastball that will run pretty good and a beautiful off-speed pitch.
Hey, you're right. He's doing a great job out on the mound. And don't forget to mention the defense behind him. They're doing a fantastic job as well. And the Piedra Vista Panthers just looking so solid. And we talked to Coach, and he said these kids, they don't get rattled. They just sorry about that.
There we go. That's all right.
Thanks, Corey. Yeah, you can keep laughing at my struggles right there, because he knows exactly what just happened.
Yep, and we apologize. Our inning is stuck, folks. We're trying to figure out how to get that cleaned up, so just bear with us. We'll get that up here shortly and get it figured out. So we are aware of that. We do appreciate it. Ball 1. As we are in the top of the 4th inning, it's Tyler Ray, Cale Watson, and Christian Holmes all coming up to hit for the Aztec Tigers. And it's a 2-0 count, 2 balls, no strikes. On the 2-spot hitter and Tyler Ray, who's 0 for 1 in this game with the strikeout. No problem. You do you.
Be right back. I'm going to keep it on this camera for just a second.
2-0 count here in the top of the 4th inning. Aztec at the plate here in the Piedra Vista Invitational. Fastball swung on and missed for strike 1. And on that pitch, Reynolds reared back and let her rip. So 2-1 the count. And Steven wasn't joking. Reynolds has done a great job utilizing his defense in this game, as that's a 3-ball, 1-strike count now to Tyler Ray. He's got 2 strikeouts. He's got 7 putouts from his defense, and that's going to be ball 4, as Aztec will get a runner on first base. This is only the 2nd time the Tigers have had a runner on base. So let's see if they can try to make some magic happen here, as they got Their senior leader and stud, number 17, Kel Watson, the shortstop for the Aztec Tigers. If you're looking to get something going for your team, getting a spark, this is the young man you want to have at the plate for you. Kel Watson is a fantastic baseball player and hitter. He has seen a lot of pitching in his baseball career thus far. And Reynolds will throw a fastball in there for ball one, 1-0 the count on Kel Watson. Got Tyler Ray standing over at first base. He can fly on the base pass as well. There's another quick move from Reynolds over to first base. Just a nice little slap touch by Alejandro Hernandez, the first baseman. Here comes a fastball. And Watson crushed that down left field, but it went foul. 1-1 the count. Boy, he got quite a bit of that. Let's see if he can straighten it out. As Tyler Ray still standing over at first base with no outs for the Aztec Tigers. Beautiful night of baseball. And now it looks like we've got our inning fixed, folks. So that is dialed in and ready to go. 1-1.
Corey helping from a distance.
Because he doesn't like us or love us. He didn't want to be here. That's a high fly ball, foul ball territory. Catcher right there in Aragon to haul it in. F2 for out number 1. So that'll bring up the cleanup hitter. It's the center fielder who's been quite busy in center field in this game. Number 3, Christian Holmes. And Holmes is 0 for 1 as he flew out to actually hit a heck of a line drive right at the third baseman, his first at bat. And Kyle Murphy just right there to haul it in.
And what was that last out right there?
That was an F2 to the catcher.
Out number 1, and we have a run. I'm assuming that's Tyler Ray over on
Did he
first.
get picked off? Oh, he almost got caught leaning, Tyler Ray did. You seen the big old dust pile over there because he was going for his lead and then slipped. There's a hit and run. Worked beautifully. Coach Sean calling the hit and run, and it was worked to perfection as Holmes gets a base hit out into left field, and that'll push Tyler Ray over to second base, and now Aztec has something moving here, Steven. They got 2 runners on.
Aztec in business with a runner in scoring position, and now we have Uriah Gonzalez up at the plate, and this is a kid that you would want up at the plate in this situation. He can absolutely drive in a run for you if given the opportunity.
He puts a ton of work in. There's a line drive. It's going to score 2 runs. It's going to the gap. Zwesper on over there. Backhands it. Nope, he got there way too fast. They are not going to score 2 runs. And, Steven, I got to tell you, that was held up by Zwesper, how quick he was able to get over there and cut that ball off. I thought it was rolling to the fence, and 2 runs are scoring. Only 1 gets in. But Gonzalez, you just called it, Steven. If there's a kid you wanted at the plate to make some fireworks happen, it was him, and he comes through yet again.
Yep, great job by Uriah Gonzalez. He made me look good right there as he gets that hit, and here comes Corey Douglas back up to the plate with an opportunity as well. Tried the pickoff move over to first. Nothing there, but Douglas with that runner over on third now. That is Christian Holmes. Let's see if he can drive in another run for the Tigers.
Well, he's 1 for 1 already in this game, and he'll look at an outside pitch for ball 1. As you've got for the Aztec Tigers, Uriah Gonzalez off the RBI single out into right field. Standing at first, Christian Holmes over at third. There's a pickoff move to first. He slides in there safely. And Douglas had a base hit out into left field, his first at bat, the top of the second inning.
I'll tell you what.
Well, they are allowed. I'm a little surprised they allowed. Did he get thrown out at third? Oh, that was close. And I got to tell you this, Christian Holmes better wake up over there because that was way too close.
Yeah, that was a nice throw down to third, but he doesn't quite get it there in time.
Got a good buddy, Corey Kitchens, tuning into our broadcast. That was fouled off. So it's going to bring the count to 1-1 on Douglas with 1 out. So you got 1s across the board, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. And Corey Douglas at the plate got a big-time opportunity here. And, Steven, I can't imagine. There's no way they're stealing Gonzalez over to second with Cade Aragon behind the plate. Swung on and missed. There's another throwback, but it sailed out to left field. And that's going to score the runner from third, and Christian Holmes, as Aragon threw the ball wide left, and the third baseman and Kyle Murphy try to jump over Christian Holmes, but wasn't able to get there in enough time, and that's going to score another run, and it's going to be a 4-2 lead now for Piedra Vista over the Aztec Tigers here in the top of the fourth inning. And they're not out of trouble yet, Steven. Uri Gonzalez now standing over at second. He's in scoring position with a 2-2 count.
Well, this is the first time I think this entire tournament I've kind of seen PV a little off balance, right? I mean, the Aztecs kind of got the momentum going their way right now. That score is now 4-2. One out. Here comes the pitch. Corey swings and misses, and that will be strike 3 for out number 2, and that'll bring up number 27, Hayden Eaton. 0 for 1 this evening. He flew out into center field on his first at bat.
Well, again, you want to give yourself an opportunity to stay competitive. You got to come through when it's your opportunity to do so. And here's Eaton. Line drive right back up the middle. It went off of Reynolds' glove, handled beautifully by the shortstop in Elias Barton. And that's going to be a 6-3 ground ball out number 3. But Reynolds almost had that in his glove. I think it's absolutely slowed it down for his infielder. And that's going to do it for the Aztec Tigers, but they're going to bring in 2 runs off 2 hits. There were no Piedra Vista errors and 1 runner left on base after 3.5 innings of play. Your score, Piedra Vista 4, Aztec 2.
Looking for quality fencing? Hornet Fence has you covered. Residential, commercial, and industrial fence, gate, and gate operator sales and service. We do it all, where we carry the largest inventory of fencing supplies in the Four Corners area. Hornet Fence, helping you secure the nest.
We believe that every child deserves the best start in life, and we're committed to providing a safe, nurturing, and fun environment where your little ones can grow, learn, and thrive. Join the Kitty Camp family today, where smiles, learning, and love are always in abundance.
As to that backdrop.
Kristen said, I love that.
Yeah, you got to leave that light on. Yeah. She likes that broadcaster.
I love that broadcast camera. But she wasn't mean to us like Corey was.
I think the lighting is a little bit jacking with it. And your what? Your foot? Yeah, that lighting I think is it, like, now that it's getting darker.
You can. That'll work.
You could really be the big D.
We're live as we're telling old our good buddy Randy he can stand behind us and show the big D logo behind us so we could get his face out there. You guys can see who he is. And Amasi Griego coming up to bat. Zach Swesper after him. And then top of the lineup, Mason Courtney coming up to bat. 4-2 is the lead for the Panthers. And Griego already 1 for 1 with 2 RBIs and a run scored for the Piedra Vista Panthers. And Anderson on the mound working out of the stretch. He comes set. Taking his time. Here's the pitch. Fastball inside for ball 1. That had a little heat behind it.
Yeah, it did. And, you know, Anderson still being extremely aggressive coming inside with that pitch.
I like it. I mean, both of these pitchers have gone inside tonight, and I really like the aggressiveness on that. And you can see that it's really helped Reynolds out, too, when he's come inside, because look how many outs that he has with his defense. A ton of them. He's only got 2-3 strikeouts, but he has utilized his defense masterfully up to this point. There's a big swing and a high fly ball out into right field, camping right underneath it. Moseying on over there was Corey Douglas for the F9 out number 1. So that'll bring up the 9-spot hitter. It's number 22, the right fielder Zach Zwesper, who got on an error, made it all the way to second base. Looking to get something going for his Piedra Vista Panthers, as he's been a little bit busy in the outfield realm of things. In right field, he had a put out today. He had a big throw, Steven, where he gunned somebody out last night. Beautiful hit, runner trying to stretch it to a double, and Zach Schwesper said, no, sir, I got a different idea for you.
Yeah, Zach Schwesper done a lot of off-season work, got himself into shape. I mean, looking good, big kid, and, man, he really has come alive this season for this Panthers team.
He's set to go. That was a big swing and miss, so 1-1 the count. So that was a fastball. Here's another fastball on the outer half of the plate for ball 2, so 2-1 the count. On Zach Schwesper for the Piedra Vista Panthers, the last game of this invite. Been a lot of good teams here as Mayamura and the Kirtland Central Broncos played the early game this morning. That's a ball in the dirt, 3-1 the count now. That was the 11 o'clock game. Then the 2 o'clock game was between the Cleveland Storm and the Bloomfield Bobcats, and Bloomfield lost that game 5-3. Excellent game in that one. And then you go to the 4 o'clock game. You had the Farmington Scorpions and the Durango Demons. Durango beat Farmington at the 4 o'clock game. And then you have this game here today. There's a fastball outside. That did not miss by much. But it's ball 4, and Schwesper will head on down to first base. And he gets his job done. We talk about that all the time. Sometimes we're looking for these big hits, Steven, and these big, sexy shots off the wall and all that. A lot of the times, it's as much as drawing a walk and getting down to first base and making some things happen from there.
Yeah, and, you know, you were talking about those earlier games with Bloomfield taking on the 5A Cleveland Storm. That one's high for ball 1. That was a pretty big game for Bloomfield. As the Storm is, you know, they're well known for being a tough team in the state in 5A, and Bloomfield played them extremely tough. It was 2-2 going into the top of the 5th.
Yeah, our good buddy Terry Manus in the house with us here, coming to see us, saying hello. Wants to flex on us a little bit. He brought his lovely wife in here as well, so big. Gosh, you know what's crazy is he's all over the place, actually. He's an Aztec guy, he's a PV guy, he's a Farmington guy. Would you make up your mind what you're doing, pal? I mean, seriously. Jiminy, criminy, I can't keep up with you anymore.
Hey, it's about the kids.
That's 3-0 the count here. And Courtney looking. Man, he called that a ball, and that was right down the middle. I don't understand what that umpire was looking at there. Listen, you guys know that Mason Courtney's one of my favorite players, but that was peppered right down the heart of the plate. I have no idea what the umpire's seen on that call. But Courtney will head on down to first, and, man, does he know how to destroy the base pass. You know, Terry, we talk about it every time, and really when Aztec gets Kel Watson on base, same with Mason Courtney, they seem to find a way to score every time.
They're both lightning fast. I had Mason as an 8th grader, and I told Coach that year, I said, that kid's going to jump to varsity quick, and he did. He was there, I think, as a sophomore, and he's been producing ever since.
Well, I remember in his younger days, he would just come in and pinch run because he was so fast. And, I mean, it didn't take long before he was out there on the field as well.
Yeah, he covers the ground in center field.
Oh, yeah, he is quick.
4-2 the lead for the Piedra Vista Panthers. We got our good buddy Terry Manus. Are you still coaching with Piedra Vista?
I did. I just got done coaching our JV against Aztec. We had to come back and pull off a
comeback win, huh?
Yeah, beat them 8-7.
Wow.
My starting pitcher did a great job. Cannon Hensley, I give him a shout-out. He threw 82 pitches, 1 hit, 1 walk, 9 Ks, and then our relief kind of fell apart a little bit there. But, you know, we rebounded and came out with the W, which I guess ultimately that's what you're looking for. Which was impressive for my team, you know, not to give up. Going down 7-3, and we scratched back and ended up winning 8-7. So
that's a big win.
Yeah.
And that builds confidence. That lets them know that when you get down, now you know you can come back.
Yep, and we start over on Thursday in the FHS tournament. So.
Yep, we'll be back for that one next week as well.
Here's a pitch from Anderson. Fastball outside. That's going to be ball. Well, I have ball 4.
No, it's
Ball 3.
Yeah,
There it is.
Ball 4.
Ball 4.
Oh, bar 4, okay.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
he'll head on down to first. That'll push Courtney to second.
Well, you gotta
That'll
get a
move
pitching
Zach
mound.
Swesper to third.
How's your son doing? Tell us a little bit about what's going on with him.
So our son now is he's over at BYU. He's the pitching and player development coach at BYU, and they just had a 3-game series with Cincinnati this weekend. They won Thursday, lost Friday 9-7, and then won today 10-9, I believe, in the rubber match. So they're developing up there. It's his first year up there. He's up there with Bryson Campbell, if you guys remember that. Brad Campbell's oldest son.
Yep.
Brad Campbell's the assistant coach and hitting coach, recruiting coordinator, and Bryson's been there 2 years. Braden's there now 1, and they're trying to help build a program at BYU in the Big 12, and that's a tough league. I mean, you got U of A, you got Cincinnati, you got West Virginia. There's it's ASU, Utah, so it's tough, but it's a tough league to compete in. I know we still watch basketball as much as we can, and I seen U of A won the Big 12 basketball champion day over Houston. So just tough teams all the way around. But yeah, he's doing well. He just gave us our first grandchild, little Banks Anthony.
All right.
So we're grandparents now, and so I don't know how many more years I'll be doing this coaching. I'm going to be chasing grandkids.
Man,
Things
I
things
hear
are
you
going
there,
good.
pal.
Yeah, he's doing well. We're really excited for the opportunities that has been given to him.
It's Alejandro Hernandez up to bat, and he'll look at strike 1 as he is 1 for 2 in this game with an RBI and a stolen base. He's got bases loaded with 1 out, and this is a big spot for him. He has had a great year thus far at the plate for the Piedra Vista Panthers. Let's see what he could come up with the lefty versus lefty battle. There's a high fastball, high and outside for ball 1.
Alejandro definitely got pop in his bat. He's capable of hitting it out of the yard at any time. So
Well, we seen him take one off the fence yesterday,
Yes.
if you remember.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, so, I mean, you're facing him, and then
Kyle Murphy coming up if they get to him.
Yep. 2 bats capable of going out of the yard.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, these kids, a lot of these kids on this PV team did a lot of work in the off season to get them, get in the weight room, getting some swinging the bat and getting their work in, and it shows.
Yeah, this is a really special group of kids. I don't know if they realize how special a group they are right now, but they remind me of Braden's junior year, that group that won state for
Finally! Oh! We finally almost caught a foul ball. Dang it.
but that junior year of Braden at FHS when they won state.
Yeah.
It's kind of a good group of kids, and they're very talented.
2-2 the count. We got to talk to Coach Corrali. I mean, honestly, Coach Corrali's been building this team for 4 years now.
Yeah.
And they're about probably longer than that, about 6 years.
About 6 years, yeah.
And now he's reaping the fruit of his labors with these seniors. And, I mean, they're the number 2 ranked team in the state. Honestly, could be number 1 because all from 1 to 6 are all 6-0 on the season.
Yeah, and it's just strength of schedule right now. So, we've got the FHS invite next weekend, and then they take off the following week, and they go to Phoenix for the Coach Bob tournament. And then we come back and start district.
Wow. I got to tell you, folks, that fastball was right on the corner of the plate, beautifully placed and called a ball.
Yeah.
I mean, I got to tell you, we got it right here, and I mean that got every bit of the plate. But nonetheless, it's a full count with 1 out, and bases loaded. Hernandez battling here. Here comes a pitch from Anderson. Fastball up high.
That'll walk in a run as Schwesper will come in for run number 5, and everybody will advance. That'll keep the bases loaded. And next up, we have Kyle Murphy, and that's not who you want to see if you're Aztec coming up to the plate.
No. Well, guys, I'm going to get out.
Hey, man,
I'm gonna
good
go
to
watch
see you,
game.
buddy.
Thank you,
Take
guys.
care.
Good to see you. Thanks for coming up and hanging out with us for a minute.
Thank you guys for having me. We'll see you guys next week.
Tell that
see ya.
missus of yours we said hello, and
I will.
have a good night.
I tried to get her on the mic.
Yeah.
She wouldn't get on
She's
it.
shy. See you guys. Bye-bye.
See ya.
Kyle Murphy at the plate, and he'll look at ball 1 inside.
What?
It's a full count. 1-0. Bases loaded, 1 out, and it's a 5-2 lead now for Piedra Vista. There's a strike called there. So 1-1 the count now on Murphy after Hernandez draws the walk.
Well, I mean, Aztec's not in terrible shape right now, but they got to get out of this inning. They got 1 out, bases loaded, and Anderson, he's got to help his situation out here. I mean, there's a force any plate if the ball gets put into play, but you got to get it done.
That's right. Got to throw a ground ball here or find some way to get yourself 2 outs. And you could double play. I mean, there's so many different ways. And like you said, with having the force at each bag, you could get a double play quickly. But as you mentioned, it's easier said than done with Murphy at the plate. But let's see what Anderson comes up with. Here comes a pitch. Curveball in there beautifully for strike 2.
That was a nice-looking pitch right there by Anderson.
And Sagata kept that in front of him. That ball just cut so nasty down as Anderson with that. We like to call that his ouch pitch. It is such a great pitch that he throws there. Here comes the same pitch again, left up high and outside as Sagata doing his job and trying to pull it in. So now we're back to full count. Steven, he's thrown a ton of pitches to these hitters. He's thrown full count to 3 batters now, as his pitch count starting to get up there for Anderson. Let's see if he can figure out a way to get Murphy out, or does Murphy win the battle? And he's going to walk.
So that'll walk in another run, as that will make the score 6-2 as all the runners advance. And it's just, I mean, you just get in this situation and it just starts getting tough because you just want to get out of this inning. And it's a struggle. I mean, Aztec has played fantastic against the Panthers tonight. They're just in a situation here where you have that 1 out. The ball just needs to be. I mean, either he gets those strikeouts or he needs to get the ball in play and let his defense do the rest. Right.
That's right. We're going to see who Aztec chooses to bring in here in a relief. Maybe Travis Ray.
Not Travis.
Or excuse me, I keep calling him Travis. Darn it. Tyler Ray.
All right. Well, while they're Albert's gonna. Are you getting a number on
Number
that?
17 is who's coming in to pitch now for the Aztec Tigers. That's Kel Watson, the shortstop. So we'll figure out where who's moving who where here momentarily, because obviously they're going to have to move somebody over to shortstop. Maybe it is Tyler Ray. Maybe it's the third baseman, or who they had playing third base for the Aztec Tigers, and Jace Archuleta. But nonetheless, Anderson will be replaced on the mound. And Steven, he threw a ton of pitches in this game.
He, like you said, he got, how many full counts did he get into right there?
I mean, in this last inning, he threw full count to 3 batters, and then he went 4 and 1 because he walked Aragon, and 4 straight pitches, 4 straight balls to Courtney. So yeah, just maybe it wasn't his day, but that's why you got a long season to come back and learn playing against a team like Piedra Vista.
Well, hey, if you're Aztec, this is the game you want, right? Yeah. You want to get in these situations, in these games early in the season, and you want to make sure that you play teams like this so that you can get back into your regular season, into your district play, and not be on your heels, right?
That's right. And so what it looks like here, Steven, is it looks like we're going to have Kel Watson go to pitching, and it looks like they are going to lift the designated hitter in Eaton, and he'll move over to shortstop for Kel. And Anderson's night is done.
Well, we got a shout out here from Johnny Cruz, says, "Let's go Tigers." I apologize. We got Tiz Jaws says, "I can't tell what the inning is." Well, no, I guess that was one of the old ones. But yeah, we did get that taken care of and back up and working. But we are now in the bottom of the 4th inning. We just had a pitching change. And who did you say was on the mound again?
Thought they were giving an important announcement.
We were listening there for a second. But who did you say was on the mound again?
It is Kel Watson.
Okay, Kel Watson in
number 17.
And who went to second or shortstop?
And playing shortstop now is Hayden Eaton.
Oh, my camera's way out of focus on JW Bayless.
Yeah, boy, that
That
just
thing
switched on us
lost it.
quickly, didn't it?
Yeah.
Well, Bayless will step up to the plate. He is 0 for 1 with a walk in this game. And he's got bases loaded with 1 out. There's a off-speed pitch down low for ball 1 in the dirt. And we got a lot of camera angles coming out here. They're all the same cameras, but when the sun starts going down, they start trying to focus
Sometimes they
in.
can give us fits, right?
Yep, just bear with us. It'll find its way right back to you, folks. It's the right-handed pitcher versus the left-handed batter. Bases loaded and 1 out. Here's a pitch, off-speed pitch in the dirt for 2 balls and no strikes. You know, and when you're watching Kel throw right here, he's short-arming it. I'd really like to see him reach back and stretch all the way out and just let it go. Right now, it just feels like he's short-arming it just a little bit. Here comes the pitch. That time, he really reach back and let it go, which is what I was hoping he'd do. Foul ball, so the count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. And still bases loaded. And it's been a great game. Anderson did not throw a bad game for the Tigers. Just some unopportune time walks is what really came back and hurt the Tigers. And, yesterday for Bloomfield, Stephen, we've seen the same thing happen with Bloomfield when they were playing Piedra Vista. Gave up some walks, then you had a couple of guys come up and make some really good hits, and it just spirals from there. There's a ground ball hit to the second baseman, fielded by Ray. It's going to bring in an RBI on the fielder's choice, but that'll be out number 2, and that'll bring the lead now for Piedra Vista to 7-2. With a runner at second and third.
And here's that PV thing that they do. They just kind of grind away and just slowly come at you and just creep ahead a little bit at a time. And that's what they're known for. And here they are with a 7-2 lead now. It was 4-2 just a little while ago. And they just have slowly built that lead. But now Aztec with 2 outs, runners on second and third. Just need to get 1 more out here to get out of this inning before any more damage is done. Cale Watson brings a pitch. That one's going to be high for ball 2. So 2-0 your count.
Well, you can see Cale no longer short-arming it, so he's getting closer around to where he wants those pitches in the strike zone. And there he goes again. That's close. I mean, that was high, but he's really starting to get it dialed in here. So, and like you mentioned, if that hole out on that mound, which we've seen every pitcher kind of kicking at it and messing with it, he's just got to get used to that. Man, I don't know if that was high or yeah, I'm not really sure there because that looked awfully close yet again. I mean, obviously he's going to walk to first base, but goodness, that was a close pitch.
Yeah, we got a shout out here from Anna Murphy. Thank you, Anna Murphy. We always appreciate hearing from you. And it says, let's go PB. Thanks, Desert Sports Live, for all you do. Well, thank you for helping us out as well. We appreciate it. And we've got Grandpa asking us if we're coming to Phoenix. But unfortunately, we're not going to Phoenix. We used to get to go do that Phoenix tournament, but that's a little tough to get over there anymore for us, so we won't be there. But
well, when Stacy was the Booster Club president, and Watson hit a batter, and he'll I don't understand why players always get so upset when they get hit by a pitch and got to throw their bat and stuff like that. I never understood that because it's a free bag, so head on down to first.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
I just don't understand that from players these days. But hey, what do you do? Anyhow, we're gonna get Amasi Griego at the plate. And he is 1 for 2 with 2 RBIs and a run scored. He's got 2 outs here, and there's a fastball outside for ball 1. So the Piedra Vista Panthers have officially batted around their lineup.
Yep, 2 outs, bases loaded. Cale Watson trying to get out of this inning. That's a nice-looking pitch. Mossy takes a hack at it.
Boy, did he ever.
Strike 1.
He was trying to clear the bags on that swing.
Yeah. That was a big swing.
There's a shot out to the gap. I don't know if anybody's getting to that. They will not make it there, and that'll score 3 runs for sure. And it looks like he will slide. Nope, he's going to get a stand-up triple and clean the bags.
Man, another
Will Griego.
Another huge triple for Amasi Griego as he did that on his first at bat. And he just cleared the bases for the Panthers.
And it's an 11-2 lead now for the Piedra Vista Panthers. Just like that, with 2 outs, it's a whole new ball game. And one more run to score, and Aztec's going to have to do something next inning, or this game's going to be over. But right now, we got to get Kale here to get himself out of this.
Man, 3 RBI triple for Amasi Griego. I'm writing that in my book. That's going to be high for ball 2. So 2-0 the count now to Zach Schwesper. And like you said, if he get a base hit, drive in another run here, that puts Aztec in a position where they have to do something at their next at bat. That's going to be, ooh, that was a ball. I thought he might get a strike call right there. But 3-0 your count.
I'm with you. I just don't understand what's happened to this umpire strike zone this last game here. I got to be honest with you, and it's going both ways. Those pitches are beautifully right over the plate. There's a big swing and a foul ball for Schwesper, so he stays in it. 2-2 the count on Zach Schwesper with base. Actually, that's my fault. Bases aren't loaded. You only got 1 runner on base at third, and that's Griego, who had the stand-up triple that cleared the bags. That's a high curveball for ball 3.
Oh,
Is it 2 balls or 3?
I had 3 balls already, but I guess that was so full count.
All right.
I was off. I thought that was the walk, but it was not. There's the walk. So now the runner's on first and third, 2 outs. Mason Courtney will step back up to the plate. He walked on his first at-bat in this inning. Looking to see if he can't drive in this run to make it the 10-point difference. But Cale Watson trying to get out of this inning. Ooh, that one was high. Looked like it might have came out of his hand a little wrong.
I don't know what's happened here lately, but it's the little ball bug for the Aztec Tigers thus far, because really that's the difference in this inning is just the walks.
Oh, swing and a miss. Good looking pitch.
Off-speed pitch, beautifully thrown by Watson, and Courtney way out in front of it. But yeah, Steven, I mean, you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 walks in this inning. That's just not throwing strikes.
Yeah.
That's all that is. Flat out, just there's no other way to put it, just not throwing strikes.
Well, you know, this game was 4-2 at one point, and it wasn't at the beginning of this inning. Yeah, was it? Yeah, the beginning of this, the top of the 4th inning, it was 4-2, and PV didn't get shook at all. They just came out and just started putting runs up on the board. That's a high fly ball. Pop-up should be F3 for out number 3, and it is. So Aztec will get out of the inning.
Well, Piedra Vista's going to put up 7 runs in that inning, so they got 7 runs on 1 hit, Steven. There were no Aztec Tiger errors and 2 runners left on base after 4 completing innings of play. Your score 11-2 Piedra Vista.
Thank you to the amazing people for being part of the Desert Sports Live family. By scanning our QR code and helping make it possible for us to bring high school sports coverage to the Four Corners community. If you would like to join this incredible group and help support DSL, simply scan the Zelle QR code on the screen or search using the number 505-320-2979. Thank you for being part of the Desert Sports family.
Now there we go. We're ready to rock. We're headed to the top of the 5th inning for the Aztec Tigers. They trail this game 11-2.
No, sorry, I tapped you on the arm because I want to say, hey, everybody follow us on our social media, please, at Desert Sports Live on Instagram and on Facebook. It's actually, if you go to search us on Facebook, it's at Desert Sports and it's LIV. Take the E off, and that'll take you to our business page on Facebook. And also, folks, once again, you know, if you would like to be an individual sponsor for Desert Sports Live, you can scan that Zelle code or look it up under 505-320-2979. And we appreciate any help that we can get. And it looks like you got a shout out there.
We do. It looks like it is Brody Sagata's grandparents. Thank you guys for doing these games. It allows Papa and Rat Tone to watch Brody. Also, keep giving Mandy a hard time about being so loud. Maybe she will chill someday. Well, you know, if she chills, sir, she just won't be her anymore. You know, that's what we love about her. So
if she chills, then we can't give her as much of a hard time, right?
So we're set to go as it's going to be Brody Sagata. It's Sagata, Brooks, and Archuleta all coming up to bat for the Aztec Tigers. And Sagata 0 for 1 in this game. He's going to get his second at bat. He'll look at a off-speed pitch in the dirt for ball 1. And we are in the top of the 5th inning. Aztec needs to get some runs on the board, even if it's 1 or 2. They've got to check back here. And you know, Steven, you mentioned Aztec was right there. Truly, they were right there. Not throwing strikes. And the ability to not continuously keep guys on base has hurt them somewhat. But right now, they've got an opportunity to kind of bear down here and come back and fight back and make this a game.
Well, Aztec, I mean, they haven't played bad. It was just that last inning, things got away from them a little bit. And ball 3 on that pitch. I was writing it down in my book. But this is what you want to see early in the season so that they can go back to the drawing board, go back to practice, correct some of these things. And that one's in there for strike, so full count. But it gives Coach Coulter Favorino a chance to say, okay, these are the things we need to work on. These are the things we need to adjust, you know, and make those things happen.
That's right down the line. Down first base side, it's going to go foul. Brody just a little bit tardy on that play, on that swing, so he's still alive in the count. Full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes with no outs here in the top of the 5th inning. And Piedra Vista with the big lead. You know, with the Aztec Tigers, with the Piedra Vista Panthers, the one thing that we've seen Coach Corrali, he's only used 3 pitchers in this entire tournament. You know,
yeah,
you're right. Ooh. Well, that was ball 4, so Brody Sagata will draw the walk and get his job done. Head on down to first. It'll bring up Jaden Brooks, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout in this game. He's only going to get his second at bat at the plate here. But, you know, the first game we seen the Hernandez brother.
Yes.
Alexis,
I want to say Alejandro, but Alejandro was the catcher.
That's correct. So Alexis Hernandez, he went the entire game on Thursday. Then JW Bayless threw the entire game last night against Bloomfield. And now you've got Tony Reynolds. So you got your 1, 2, 3 coming up, finishing this out. And, you know, if you are Piedra Vista, you're pretty pumped about the fact that you didn't have to go into any of your bullpen through this invitation.
Okay, so they brought a pinch runner in for Brody Sagata so he could go get his catcher's gear on, I'm sure.
Well, he doesn't have a very big lead over there at first, whoever that is. Here comes a pitch. Swung on and missed. Off-speed pitch to Jaden Brooks for strike 1. 0-1 the count. As, see if we could get that number for you over at first base.
All right, here comes the pitch. Looks to bunt. And he does. And, he's going to get down to first. Is that going to be E1 or E2?
Nope. I think that's going to be a base hit because both of them are right there in the middle. And, yeah.
That was a great bunt, though. Holy cow.
Didn't field it properly, and you called it, man. So that'll put a runner over at second and first base for the Tigers. And just like that, Steven, they're back in business. We're to the top side of the lineup. Jace Archuleta, he's made some pretty good contact in this game. And he's due right now for the Aztec Tigers. Facing Tony Reynolds. There's a fastball in there for strike 1. We always have to wait for a second with this umpire.
Yes, we do.
And that's the pitch if you're Archuleta that you wanted to take a hack at. You might not see that go right down the middle again, this at bat. Looks like they're going to set up on the outer half of the plate. There's a shot to the second baseman. and it gets through. Base hit. And now Aztec is in business. And what did I just say about Archuleta? He is due. Punches it out into right field and out on the base hit. And we have bases loaded for the Tigers now, as you've got number 8, by the way, came in for the Aztec Tigers. And that is who is the pinch runner. That is Clubberston for the Aztec Tigers. So Clubberston over at third. You've got Brooks standing at second, and you've got Archuleta over at first. And no outs. The Tigers. There's a ground ball. That's going to get through. It's going to score 1 run for sure. Here's Wesper with a big arm, and he's going to throw him out by a mile at the plate. We're going to have a run down now. Trying to get to the plate. He will not be able to. Is going to be out, and that's what I was just saying, Steven. You're going to have a hard time running on Zach Wesper out in right field. That's twice he's thrown guys out in 2 back-to-back games from right field.
Well, I mean, he did. I'm going to go 5-2 or whatever that would be. And the runners. So we do have a runner at. Well, Tyler Ray made it all the way over to second on the base hit after all that played out. So we have runners on second and third. As we have number 17 now, Cale Watson. That one is in there for a strike. But the coach sent him, so he didn't go on his own. The coach sent him thinking he could get him there, but you're right. Zach Wesper just gunned it in. He beat him by a mile, and then he got stuck in between. That one is ball 1, so 1-1 the count. Runners on second and third. 1 out now. Aztec comes up with a run in this innings. Your score is 11-3, and you know the table kind of turned as Aztec came out and got their bats going here in the top of the 5th.
Three back-to-back hits.
Yep.
You had a bunt and then 2 base hits back-to-back. Oh. That's down the line. It's going to be a base hit. What a fantastic stop that was, though, Steven, by Kyle Murphy, the third baseman for Piedra Vista. Or 2 runs will score, no doubt about it, but they'll at least get 1 run across the plate. Now it's an 11-4 lead. And this is what we talked about, Steven. That's going to be a base hit for Cale Watson, who comes through and gets another run across, and it brings the score to 11-4. But this is what you need to see out of your team if you're Coach Favorino. Steve, you want to see some dog in them, some fight. There's a ground ball to Murphy. There's a ground ball out, 5-3, ground ball out to first, and that'll move everybody up a base. So you got Ray standing at third, Watson at second with 2 outs. And now you got Christian Holmes coming up to bat, who is 1 for 2. Oh, no, pardon me. You got Uriah Gonzalez, who's 1 for 2 with an RBI.
Yeah, that was just a great diving stop by Murphy, or else there would have been more runs coming across the plate. But Aztec, here they go on a little bit of a run here. And there's Uriah Gonzalez going to foul that one off. And, you know, he came up with a big hit that last time and got that. Didn't he get an RBI on that last at bat whenever he came up with that base hit? Yeah.
He sure did.
And here he is again in another situation where he could come up big for his team.
Man, he is just not afraid of anything, is Uriah Gonzalez. I'm telling you, this kid trains nonstop year-round in the weight room, on the field. His dad, Troy Gonzalez, helps him a ton. Of course, Troy is the head JV coach for Aztec High School, a coach on varsity as well. They put a ton of work in. There's a beautiful off-speed pitch right there by Reynolds. Nasty for no balls and 2 strikes on Uriah Gonzalez.
Well, with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning, Aztec has an opportunity to get a couple more runs if he can hit this base hit out in the outfield. He's going to foul that one off to stay alive.
Man, that was a good piece of hitting there by Gonzalez, Steven. That pitch was nasty by Reynolds. Off-speed pitch on the outer half of the plate, beautifully placed. Gonzalez just nicks the end of his bat with the baseball and stays alive with an 0-2 count. Here comes Reynolds. Fastball, big shot out into center field, but Courtney right there. You're not going to get that by him. Anybody else out in center field, Steven, that's probably a stand-up double, but not with Courtney in center. That's F8 for out number 3, and that'll do it for the Aztec Tigers. They'll score 2 runs on 4 hits There were 2 runners left on base and no Piedra Vista errors after 4.5 innings of play. Your score, 11-4, Piedra Vista.
American Equipment Manufacturing is a local business based in Farmington that specializes in the manufacturing of oil field equipment. Our extensive production facility allows us to provide high-quality products that meet the industry standards and industry knowledge.
ACES is a leader in the provision of control systems integration, migration, and design services to industries that include oil and gas, water, wastewater, irrigation, mining, as well as manufacturing and other private, local, and federal entities. With a senior staff
11-4 is the lead for the Piedra Vista Panthers as we're headed into the bottom of the 5th inning. This game is just scooting right along. Matter of fact, we've got about probably 15-20 minutes left in the time limit in this game.
Yeah, they didn't start right. I did look. We weren't started at 6:30, but I didn't see what time exactly we started.
So Piedra Vista scores 3 runs. This game's over. Yep. If they don't, we go into the top of the 6th inning. But right now, you got Kel Watson on the mound, and he's probably have gotten settled down now, Steven. I'm pretty sure of it. He's going to come in here. We've seen that from Reynolds. Reynolds came out against Aztec and went 1, 2, 3. Then the 2nd inning, he's seen 4 hitters, came right back out and settled right back down. So let's see if Watson does the same thing and is ready to go in this game. Now in the bottom of the 5th inning. And Aztecs played a pretty dang good game. It's just, I think the walk bug is what hurt them.
Well, I mean, the one bad inning they had, the 4th inning, and they're down 11-4. I mean, if they don't have that bad inning, it could possibly be a 4-4 game now. Right now, you know.
Well, it's Cade Aragon at the plate for the Piedra Vista Panthers. He's 1 for 2 on the night with the run scored. And there's a strike in there. Fastball for 0-1 count on Aragon. Just love this player here at the plate. And he's friends with everybody, Steve. Every time we see him play, everybody walks up to him and gives him a hug. There's a base hit out into left field. And now he will move to 2 and 3 on the day. And he's going to push that into a double as the left fielder just kind of moseyed on over there. And Jaden Brooks, I don't know, Steven. I mean, you kind of just get over there in that kind of speed, and you leave that open for Aragon to slide in for a stand-up or sliding in double. Should have been a stand-up double, but
yeah, you need to have a little bit more of a sense of urgency in that situation. And here's Hernandez coming up to the plate.
Now for the Panthers, they've got Alexis Hernandez in pinch running. There's a big shot out into right field. Looked like it was going a lot further than what it actually does, and that's an F9 for out number 1 as Douglas hauls that in. And tagged up by number 1 in Hernandez. He'll move over to third base with 1 out. That brings up Kyle Murphy, who had a fantastic play last inning. He is 0 for 2, but with the run scored and a walk, he's got a runner at third base. That is Hernandez. Oh, and that pitch behind him. Steven, I think we've seen more pitches behind batters for either one of these teams than we've seen in a long time. That's probably the 5th one that we've seen go behind the hitter.
Yeah, it's kind of gets away from him a little bit.
High fastball. We haven't got to say it this game yet. What's the hardest pitch these kids say is the hardest one to lay off of? The high fastball.
One right up in those eyeballs.
1's across the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. And a 1 runner at third base. That is Alexis Hernandez. And here's Watson with the pitch. Beautiful curveball. Just foul for Murphy. And that'll take the count to 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yep, Murphy does a good job when he gets up to the plate, looking to see if he can't come up with a big hit here for his team. He's got a runner in scoring position over here at third base. That's going to make the count 2 and 2, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And we have 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. PB with an opportunity to end the game, but I think Aztec has a different idea.
Here
Here's the
comes
pitch.
Watson, yeah.
Yep, they're going to say he came around. And that will be strike 3, out number 2, as we will have number 2, JW Bayless, coming up to the plate. Got Crystal Brooks says, wasn't Jaden Brooks in left field? That is Ethan. Ethan's out in left field. Is that right?
I have no idea. I can't even see that far.
Yeah,
I'm not even sure who they moved to where out
Ethan
there.
Hengst, is that who's out there?
But JW Bayless will look at ball 1. Yeah, we'll have to see if we can figure out who got put out into left field. Unfortunately, they don't. There's a shot out into right field. That's a base hit, and that will score a run for the Piedra Vista Panthers. So chalk up another RBI for JW Bayless. And another run scored for the Panthers as the score moves to 12-4.
And we have number 13, Elias Barton, stepping into the batter's box now for the Panthers.
With 2 outs.
He's been on base at every at-bat, which is no surprise. He always seems to get on base whenever he comes up to the plate. Sorry, people coming in here looking at us. I thought it was somebody we knew. Just want to see, just checking to see who was in here, I guess. That one's fouled off for strike 1. So 0-1 the count, 2 outs. Runner on first as JW Bayless just came up with an RBI single on that last at-bat. Elias Barton to see if he can keep things going here for the Piedra Vista Panthers. Kel Watson on the mound for the Aztec Tigers. Check the runner at first. Here comes the pitch. Swung on and missed. Barton took a big hack at that one.
He sure did. He's looking to end the game right there on that swing. That's a fact. 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here comes a pitch. High and outside for ball 1. You know, and there's just some of these things that you're going to see Coach Favorino talk to his team after this game that, you know, they just need to clean up a little bit. It's just a couple of missteps and just really throwing strikes. That was a tough pitch for Sagata to handle, Steven, as it was way outside, off speed in the dirt. He tried to slide out. It went off the side of his shin guard, and that's an easy take for Bayless to head on over to second base.
All right, here comes the pitch from Kel Watson. Swung on and missed. Nice looking pitches. That'll be strike 3, out number 3. And that will end the 5th inning where your score is 12-4.
American Equipment Manufacturing is a local business based in Farmington that specializes in the manufacturing of oil field equipment. Our extensive production facility allows us to provide high-quality products that meet the industry standards and industry knowledge.
ACES is a leader in the provision of control systems integration, migration, and design services to industries that include oil and gas, water, wastewater, irrigation, mining, as well as manufacturing and other private, local, and federal entities. With a senior staff.
All right, folks, here we are, heading in to the top of the 6th inning where your score is 12-4, the Panthers leading, and it looks like we've got a new pitcher. Is that Murphy out on the mound? It looks like, is that 14?
Take a look.
I think that's.
Well, I had to put my glasses on to see who was out in left field because
Here,
whoever.
Sorry, wrong button. Now we'll look at the camera here and see. I think that's Kyle Murphy, though.
Number 14.
Yep,
So that is
Murphy.
Kyle Murphy now on the mound for the Piedra Vista Panthers, and out in left field, whoever texted us was right. That was Ethan Hengst on that play out in left field that allowed Caden Aragon to get over to second base, and then he ends up scoring. I mean, those are the kind of things that we're talking about right there, the missteps, Steven, for the Aztec Tigers, and no doubt about it, Coach Favorino will get that cleaned up after tonight.
Well, they moved Mason Courtney over to third, so check. Can you got your binoculars to see who's out in center field?
I do not, and that is not Murphy at third. That is going to be Alexis Hernandez at
Oh,
third.
Alexis Hernandez, not Courtney. I thought that was a 7.
Murphy
It's a
now
1.
moves to, so I bet you what they did is they lifted the DH. Oh, actually, no. Alexis can actually play defense. I'm sorry. So Alexis Hernandez is playing third, but the DH is still on with JW Bayless.
Oops, sorry, wrong camera. There we go.
That's a fastball peppered in there for strike one, as it is Douglas, Eaton, and Sagata all coming up to bat. There's strike two, big swing.
Man, Murphy comes in and right away just starts hammering away, doesn't he?
He does. He doesn't mess around. I like it. High fastball. He's got some heat behind his pitches too, man. That fastball is moving.
Man, haven't got to see Kyle pitch yet. That'll be fouled off to keep the count at 1-2 here in the top of the 6th inning.
We haven't got to see Kyle pitch, and we haven't got to see Zwesper pitch either. And I think Zwesper was resting his shoulder there for a little while, but a lot of the times they use him as the closer in Zwesper. That's a curveball. I'm going to assume up high for ball 2, so 2-2 the count on Corey Douglas. Up high again for ball 3, so full count on the right fielder and number 7, Corey Douglas. And Douglas, he is 1 for 2.
Not sure what's going on. Oh, catcher went out to, I guess they might be changing the ball.
Well, I seen both of the coaches kind of walk out there, so wasn't sure what it was they were talking about. But nonetheless, hey, folks, we're going to be here and do this all over again next Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We'll be bringing you Farmington's Invitational Tournament. And that's going to be ball 4 as Douglas does a fantastic job. He gets his job done, Stephen, as we talk about that all the time, draws the walk, and he gets his team started. That'll bring up Hayden Eaton, the shortstop now for the Aztec Tigers. And he is 0 for 2. He's made good contact in this game. And if you're going to say somebody's due, this young man is certainly due for a base hit. And we know that Corey Douglas can absolutely fly on the base path.
Yes, he can. So Aztec, I mean, they're still battling away here. They're down 12-4, but man, they just don't go away, do they?
They sure don't, and that's what you want to see out of your team. I mean, obviously you're playing the number 2 ranked team in the state, but Aztec no slouch. They're number 6 in 4A, and that's what both of these teams are building around here. 1-1 the count, and you know, I mean, we'd probably be talking about a whole nother game, Stephen, if Aztec doesn't walk so many.
Oh,
that's
nice
beautiful
pitch. I really like this center field camera. We can see it right here in front of us, can't we?
He peppered that fastball in there big time. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count on Eaton. Here's Murphy.
Oh, that one got away from him. That will advance Douglas over to second base. That'll be ball 2, so 2-2 the count. Now a runner in scoring position as Hayden Eaton will step back into the box.
And no outs, too.
Yeah, no outs.
You know, right now I'm watching Murphy throw. He throws hard.
Yes, he does. Well, I mean, he plays third base. You would expect that. That guy can gun the ball all the way across the field over to first base, and you're seeing it on the mound right now.
He just threw his bat out there. Did Eaton miss the pitch? Strikes him out for out number 1. And that'll bring up the catcher, number 11, Brody Sagata, who is 0 for 1 in this game with a walk and a run scored. And we've talked about this earlier. He's been hot at the plate. Now he's got an opportunity for his team to help him out. And he's going to take an off-speed pitch in there for strike 1. A lot like Reynolds works, Murphy works the same. Steven, give me the baseball. I'm ready to go. He steps in there, have the pitch ready to call. I'm ready to go. I like that. Oh, they're going to pick him off at second. Almost got him, but sliding in there safe was Douglas. He got caught leaning. But all for nothing.
Yeah,
He's
he
safe.
was able to make it back.
It's a big moment for Brody Sagata. can put another run on the board for his team. That's a fastball up high for ball one.
So 1-1 the count now to Brody Sagata, the catcher for the Aztec Tigers. Kyle Murphy coming in and just throwing heat. That was going to be low. There's going to be a throw down to second. Oh, I think it hit him.
Right in the rib cage.
Yep.
No doubt about it. That hit him right in the ribs. Slid into second base. Obviously, it's not intentional. Just when he was sliding in, he slid in front of the bag, and that's where the ball was thrown.
They're saying we're going to keep you honest over there at second base.
A hard ground ball or a hard play to make at shortstop, but I think Brody got there safe. Yep, the throw from the shortstop threw him off the bag and Elias Barton, and Brody Sagata is going to be safe.
So that'll go down as an E6, correct?
Yep, throwing error.
Throwing error. Brody will have a runner coming in for him. That is number 8. It will come in to run for Brody. I don't know. Do we have a name on number 8?
Number 8 will be, I think we said his name earlier, but I don't remember it. Yep, Clubberston.
All right, and it looks like Coach Crowley is going to go out and have a quick chat with his pitcher. We'll be right back. We're going to take a quick break.
Thank you to the amazing people for being part of the Desert Sports Live family. By scanning our QR code and helping make it possible for us to bring high school sports coverage to the Four Corners community. If you would like to join this incredible group and help support DSL, simply scan the Zelle QR code on the screen or search using the number 505-320-2979. Thank you for being part of the Desert Sports family.
It's a 12-4 lead for the Piedra Vista Panthers, but Aztec giving it all they've got here late. In the top of the 6th inning, it's going to be Ethan Hanks
now we got number
up to bat
20.
now for, yep, it's for the Aztec Tigers, and it's in there for strike one.
All right, so Ethan Hanks came in for Jaden Brooks. That's
right. We got
Gotcha.
corrected earlier on that play out in left field, and we appreciate a high fastball. And I mean, that was almost over his head, and he took a big swing at it. So no balls and 2 strikes. Oh, I don't know how I got 3 strikes on there, folks. I do apologize. Here we go. That's a shot out into right field, but that's going to go out of the field of play, so the count stays to 0-2 with 1 out. And Aztec, yet again, threatening with runs. Stephen, they left 1 run on base in the, they left 1 run on base in the 2nd, a runner on base in the 4th. They left 3 on base in the 5th. And that's the difference that we're talking about right now.
Yep, other than that 4th inning, Aztec has played a really good game against the Panthers. Here comes the pitch from Murphy. Oops. Swung on and missed, as that will be strike 3, out number 2. And we are back to the top of the lineup as Jace Archuleta will be coming up to the plate, who's had a pretty decent night. He's made contact, came up with a big hit that last at-bat.
Well, you said it
again.
Oh, hit him. Does his job. See what I'm talking about, this kid? He's so gritty. Man, it gets me fired up right there. He doesn't even move out of the way. He says, let that ball hit me. I know what this means to my team. I'm going to trot on down to first base. It's a big moment, and however I can help my team is how I'm going to help my team. That's what Jace Archuleta just did right there. How many times have we seen these kids just completely jump out of the way of that pitch, Steven?
Oh, man, here's a big opportunity for Ray. That's going to be fouled off for strike 1, as it is bases loaded. I mean, you get a base hit out into the outfield, you're getting 2, and depending on how far it goes, possibly 3 runs for your team. So Tyler Ray with an opportunity here to help his Aztec Tiger team out. Looks like Cade wants to have a little bit of a conversation with Mr. Murphy. Sometimes that's just a good pause, right? You got to get clear your head a little bit.
That's right.
And then get back up on the mound.
Well, Ray, he had a beautiful hit in the last inning, and he got stranded out at third base. But again, I mean, a base knock scores 2 here. There's a hard ground ball, not the hard ground ball, high chopping ground ball to the pitcher. Throws him out at first. And that'll end the inning for the Aztec Tigers after the threat. There were no runs for the Aztec Tigers on no hits. There were no Piedra Vista errors and 3 runners left on base after 5.5 innings are played. Piedra Vista 12, Aztec 4.
Looking for quality fencing? Hornet Fence has you covered. Residential, commercial, and industrial fence, gate, and gate operator sales and service. We do it all, where we carry the largest inventory of fencing supplies in the Four Corners area. Hornet Fence, helping you secure the nest.
We believe that every child deserves the best start in life, and we're committed to providing a safe, nurturing, and fun environment where your little ones can grow, learn, and thrive. Join the Kitty Camp family today, where smiles, learning, and love are always in abundance.
Welcome back. It's a 12-4 lead, and both of the coaches have apparently agreed to keep the game going, so we're going to keep it going. It's certainly time limit already. But both coaches had a conversation with the umpire, and Aztec agreed to keep it going, so PV is going to oblige, and here we go. For the Piedra Vista Panthers at 7, 8, and 9, Clugston, Griego, and Zwesper. So got to tell you, honey, I'm going to be home late tonight, so don't wait up. I thought we were going to get out of here early, but that ain't going to happen tonight. So if you're tired, go ahead and head on to bed if you need to. There's a fastball in there for strike 1 on Clugston.
Well, Clugston has been on base twice out of his 3 at-bats, and he has scored 2 runs this evening, and you know that we say that a lot about this kid, scoring runs and getting on base.
We sure do. He just finds a way to get on and score for his team. I keep saying people. I guess it's the same in one, right?
That's right. I'll go with it.
Ball 1 with the 1-2 count to Clugston. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And it's a 12-4 lead. Aztec had a beautiful opportunity that last inning and just could not come up with anything to help themselves out. And they left bases loaded. That one hurts.
Yeah,
that really hurts.
Even 3 runners out on the base path is pretty killer for a coach. That's a swing and a miss. Nice looking pitch from Watson. That'll be strike 3. Out number 1, and that will bring up number 21, Amasi Griego, who is 2 for 3 and a run scored and 3 RBIs. And he's come up with 2 big triples. Did he have an RBI on that first triple? I didn't even write it down in my books.
He has 2 RBIs on the triple, and then 3 RBIs on his. See, he's had 2 triples, like you said. That's in there. Curveball in there for strike 1. And yeah, you are exactly correct, Steven. He's got 2 triples and he's got 5 RBIs in this game.
Yeah,
he is 2 for 3 with the run scored and 5 RBIs. I don't know, making a play for the player of the game here, Steven. I don't know, maybe depending on how this game shakes out. There's a ground ball hit to the shortstop, fielded up high. Here's a big arm across the diamond, and it's a 6-3 ground ball out number 2. Nice job by Hayden Eaton. And that ball handcuffed him up around the shoulder area. Steven, he had to move his head out of the way.
Yeah, he turned his head, but he snagged that thing out of the air and then made a nice throw over to first base. Good job by Mr. Eaton out there at shortstop, because that looked like it could have been another big hit by Amasi. Looked like it could have hopped over Mr. Eaton's head, but it did not. So nice play, and that will bring up number 22, Zach Schwesper. For the Panthers. He's
0 for 1, but he's got 2 walks and a run scored, and he takes a big hack there on that fastball. 0-1 the count now to Zwesper. It'll be interesting to see if Aztec's going to bat next inning. I think Coach Favorino wanted to just keep this game going because he wants to get Kel Watson some throwing time against a really talented offense in Piedra Vista. And why wouldn't you? You know, it makes complete sense.
Absolutely. I mean, and I talked about this with Coach Valencia for Bloomfield earlier. He said, yeah, these are the games you want. That was a nice looking pitch in there for strike 2.
Well,
so
how many times have you talked about, Stephen, when you were the head coach for Aztec High School trying to get games set up against Hope Christian and Albuquerque Academy and St. Pius? There's a high chopper, goes to the pitcher. I don't think he's going to have time to catch it.
He tripped on the edge of the grass and the dirt.
I mean, that's a base hit, but even if he doesn't catch that ball, Stephen, I don't think anybody's throwing Zach Swesper out at first base. So that's a base hit for Swesper, and he's going to be standing over at first, and we're going to be to the top side of the lineup. It's going to be Mason Courtney coming up to bat. He is 0 for 3 in this game, but 2 runs scored.
Yeah, Mason Courtney, another solid contributor to this team, and he's been doing it for a while.
For a long time. You know, I keep saying, Stephen, that we got probably some of the best outfielders in this area. You got Mason Courtney in center field. You've got Hagstrom in center field for the Farmington Scorpions. It's in there for strike 1 against Courtney. 1-1's the count. You've got Kel Watson at shortstop. You got Barton at shortstop. I mean, the list just goes on and on over here. You got Murphy over at third base. You got Jace Archuleta at third base. I mean, you know what I'm saying? There's so many talented players in this area here in the Four Corners. Taking off to second. Here's the throw from the knees. Was Sagata. Oh, no. And the second baseman missed the throw, and now Zwesper will leave from second to third.
Well,
that was unfortunate.
Good heads-up play by Schwesper to recognize that ball got all the way into the outfield and make his way over to third base. But that's unfortunate for the Tigers.
Yeah, that was yet again another big misplay for the Tigers. There's a big shot out into right field coming in to catch it. At its highest point is the right fielder in Corey Douglas for the F9 out number 3, and we're headed into the top of the 7th inning for the Piedra Vista Panthers. There were no runs off 1 hit. There were no Tiger errors and 1 runner left on base after 6 complete innings of play. Your score, your final score is 12-4, and Stephen, go ahead and let's do this. Who is going to be our Desert Sports Live player of the game?
I think we kind of said it a little bit earlier as we were talking about Amasi Griego. I mean, he came up with some big hits, those 2 triples, 5 RBIs on the evening, and just did a fantastic job tonight for the Panthers.
Well, there you have it. It is Amasi Griego, number 21, our Desert Sports Live player of the game tonight. He was 2 for 4 with 5 RBIs and 1 run scored. And Stephen, our winning pitcher is going to be Tony Reynolds or the Piedra Vista Panthers. If you're the Aztec Tigers, you have nothing to hang your head down. Lack of walks really bit you in this game. Got a lot to build on from here.
That's right, folks. Thank you guys all for tuning in tonight. We appreciate you. We appreciate all our sponsors, all of our individual sponsors that you saw up on the screen. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate you. I think we're gonna get out of here pretty quick. We got to start picking up equipment, but thank you guys.
All right, thanks for rocking out with Desert Sports Live. We wish everybody a safe trip home for both teams, parents, family members, coaches. Thank you for rocking out with Desert Sports Live. God bless, and we're out.
American Equipment Manufacturing is a local American Equipment Manufacturing is a local business based in Farmington that specializes in the manufacturing of oil field equipment. Our extensive production facility allows us to provide high-quality products that meet the industry standards and industry knowledge.
Looking for quality fencing? Hornet Fence has you covered. Residential, commercial, and industrial fence, gate, and gate operator sales and service. We do it all, where we carry the largest inventory of fencing supplies in the Four Corners area. Hornet Fence, helping you secure the nest.
We believe that every child deserves the best start in life, and we're committed to providing a safe, nurturing, and fun environment where your little ones can grow, learn, and thrive. Join the Kitty Camp family today, where smiles, learning, and love are